Salutations, What Culture? My name is Simon Miller, and you are indeed about to watch a show called Ups and Downs of SmackDown. We go through SmackDown, WWE Tuesday Night Show, and we get the good bits up, and we give the bad bits a down, and sometimes we forget to breathe. Now, I don't like to go too off track with these videos, especially in the intro, but there's 3 questions I keep getting asked, be that in the comments or on Twitter, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to address them now, and then we can all move on. 1, no, my arm doesn't work at the moment. There's literally 2 videos on What Culture Wrestling that you can go watch now, and you can learn about it. That's why I ain't moving. 2, I wear really tight shirts because I buy my clothes from Baby Gap. And 3, I'm 6'1". All I get is, oh, you look really small. You look really small. Okay, it's a video. I am 6'1" in height. Enough with this gibberish. Enough with this craziness. Let's go. Let's take off. Let's fly to the moon. And let's up those downs. I enjoyed the start to SmackDown. It was just nice. You know what I mean? No? Fine. Okay, that's your decision, it's your opinion, but you've hurt my feelings. Either way, it's getting up. It was nothing too out of the ordinary, but Becky Lynch arrived and she told us a very inspiring tale about how she's working her way back to winning the SmackDown's Women's Champion because she hasn't had that since 2016. Also, if she does manage to achieve that at SummerSlam, she can walk into the first ever all-women's pay-per-view known as Evolution as the champ, and that would be an honor. What an honor, what a night, what a fiesta for Becky Lynch. Naturally, Carmella was waiting backstage and she chose this very moment to come out and have her own say, and she had a little tale of her own, namely that when she was in NXT, she was overlooked, but now she's made it to the main roster, and on SmackDown as of, what were we in, August 2018, I guess it was July yesterday, whatever the date is, but on this day, she is the woman who's standing tall, got gold around the waist. Everybody was wrong, Carmella was right. She started to put Lynch over, but can you believe it? It was a ruse, because from nowhere, James Ellsworth's music hit. I mean, it didn't come out, but it was a distraction. So Carmella, she started to lay the boots to Becky Lynch, but then there was a real return, a real comeback, and it was Charlotte. She was here to make the save, and hooray! That was it. That was the beginning to SmackDown. That hooray sounded sarcastic. I didn't mean it sarcastic. Genuinely, it was like I say, a nice, lovely, floaty start to Tuesday nights. Usos then cut a promo and told us that they're going to win the tag team tournament and go on to become the new champs. They also used The Rock's catchphrase here, and if you're counting, that's now a reference on Raw, and it's a reference on SmackDown. I think the Great One may be coming back to TV soon. Getting up. An interesting segment was next. Carmella was yelling at Paige because she was all mad, being like, oh, you're the SmackDown GM, why aren't you taking care of things? And then she did what you know you shouldn't do when Paige is around. She insulted her and said, ha ha ha. Do you know what you're never going to be able to do now? You're never going to be able to win the title. This did indeed trigger the general manager. She said, well, you want to come at me? I'll come back at you. And tonight you're facing Charlotte, and if you lose, your match at SummerSlam is going to be a triple threat match. Like that, it's interesting. Up. Then we just had a really competitive contest between the Bar and the Usos. It felt like a real sport for a while. New Day on commentary, eating pancakes. That didn't feel like any sport I've ever seen, but I still enjoyed it. Up. All the booking here was really simple as well, and sometimes simple just works. Jimmy Uso went for the splash. Sheamus got his knees up. He then rolled him up. 1, 2, 3. It makes sense to me. That probably would happen if you jump from a great height and somebody smashed their knees into your ribs. So that was done, and next week it is going to be the New Day versus the Bar, and whoever wins has won this tag team tournament, and they can go on to face the Bludgeon Brothers, I'm guessing, at the biggest show of the summer, also known as SummerSlam. On that note, isn't SummerSlam a weird name? Like if you were talking to someone that had never watched wrestling and they said, oh, what are you doing on Sunday? And you went, I'm going to be watching SummerSlam. They'd probably go, are you 14? Samoa Joe then decided that he would say words, and my word, this promo was so good, I think for half of it I just jumped off of my couch and I was waving my arm around. Obviously not this one, but this one was going crazy. Samoa Joe is the flipping man. Up. For starters, he pimped up Styles and said that because of him, he has indeed made the WWE title the most prestigious in all of wrestling. However, to do that, he's had to ignore and sacrifice his family. Straight up called him a bad father, but said, don't worry, AJ Styles, because even though everybody else is going to be cheering for you at SummerSlam, I'm not going to be, and neither is your family, because when I win that title, you can go back to them. What a wonderful asshole Samoa Joe is. He finished it all by saying he was going to tear down the house that AJ Styles has built. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who is better on the main roster, or maybe all of WWE, when you take a microphone device and stick it in their face? The answer is no one. Samoa Joe. I said it last week. I said I want to marry you. And this week I want to say I want to have your kids. Doesn't make any sense. Never going to happen. I just want to be your friend. You want to hang out, go cinema, eat some popcorn, whatever. You are the man. Also, I believed every damn word he said Maybe because he actually meant it. I realise at this stage we haven't had a down yet. What do you want from me? I can only watch the show and comment on it in the context that is presented to my eyes, which means now we get to the whole Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura situation. It's really interesting and I like it. Getting up. It's just such a weird dynamic because you've got two heels and then a baby face. And Jeff Hardy did indeed start all of this. He came out, he got on the mic, he put over the US title, which I appreciate because, the more we do that, the more important it's going to feel. And he said, while beating Shinsuke Nakamura for that is going to be sweet, punching Randy Orton in the face would be just as wonderful. This summoned the Viper, but he just hung around at ringside because silly boy Hardy didn't realize that Nakamura was around and he got in. And you know what happened, they start laying the boots to him. There was some shenanigans with the bad guys for a while, but ultimately, Jeff Hardy ate a Kinshasa to the face, then Randy Orton took over, took him outside and gave him a DDT from the apron on the floor. I worry about Jeff's head, because at this stage, it's probably like an egg that's been hurled into some concrete and it's smashed into 1,000 pieces. Also, when you do drop an egg, how annoying is that? How difficult is it to try and clean up a damn egg? Nothing works. Nothing. In fact, it's so bad, give it down. Give it a down. Don't look at me like that. I'll come over there and I'll punch you with my one, I've only got one fist, but I'll punch you. Give it a down. Breaking eggs are really bad. This doesn't even tie in to the rest of the video. This is it's a life down. We don't do enough life downs. Give it a down. Give it a down. Give it a down. Until that thing goes down, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to do that thing they do on wrestling sometimes when you come out, you cut a promo and you go, oh, I'm not going to leave until the person I'm feuding with comes out here. Then eventually they get arrested and shit. That's what I'm doing here. Down? Down? All right, move on. Randy wasn't done with Jeff's faces either because then he poured water all over it and he washed off his face paint. And I don't know if that's like some kind of insulting thing within the world of the Hardys, but it was pretty cool. And it kind of added to what he'd done with his ear last week when he, was like tugging on his ear hole and it was a bit like, this is weird. I don't know what's going on here. Making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Randy Orton at one point also teased the RKO, but he didn't do it because he's just a really good heel, and that is a fan-pleasing move. And I tell you this, if this leads into a triple threat match at SummerSlam for the US title, that's all right by me. It would get 2 thumbs up, but I've only got 1 thumbs up, but count this as 2. Well done, WWE. Finally, I have something I can give a down to because then we got to Zelina Vega versus Lana. Now, actually, fair play to both of these women. I actually quite enjoyed their bout, but I don't like the story because I'm a massive Rusev fan. So this is basically a biased reaction. Sometimes people go, you can't give that a down. Of course I can. I watch it for entertainment. So something entertaining-wise, I'm like, oh no, please don't happen. It can get a down. So down. It was basic stuff, but then Aiden English tried to help out Lana because Andrade Cien Almas kept being a bit of a dick on the outside. But you know what happens when people run in during WWE matches. It acted as a distraction. Vega managed to take advantage and she pinned Lana 1, 2, 3. English then tried to apologize to the Ravishing Russian, but that got dismissed and Aiden sadly walked away. And then Rusev popped up and Lana was mad at him too because she was all like, I needed you out there, babe. I needed you out there, honey, but you weren't there. You need to start figuring out your priorities. This is why I don't like it. This is why I get upset. They're breaking up Rusev Day. I love Rusev Day. I celebrate it 365 days a year. I would just rather that we united them and then made them super, super good guys and then have loads of fun. Mostly because I love Ruru. I love my Rusev. I like his little dynamic he's got here with his mates and his girlfriend, wife, if you ever want to call her. Just good. It's just good. Unfortunately, looks like it's going in the other direction. I will say this, I do enjoy everybody involved here. They're all really, really just swell. Back to the ups though, as the Miz and Daniel Bryan's feud steamed on forward, and much as before, all of this just feels real. I like it when my wrestling feels real. Up. It began with Bryan coming out and putting over the women's pay-per-view known as Evolution before he turned his attention to the Miz, namely saying, look Miz, you're really soft, you're a crap wrestler, and also you only care about the fame and being a Hollywood superstar, and you should give that up because you're never going to be on the same level as John Cena, and you're never going to be on the same level as The Rock. That's another mention. Number 3, The Rock's probably coming back to Raw or SmackDown. Naturally, The Miz didn't come out there to confront Bryan, and instead he appeared on the big screen, said he was filming an episode of Miz and Mrs., and said that Bryan should just let his contract expire and leave. And I like that because it's an insider reference. It did end weird. The Miz flashed up a bunch of crying babies that he associated with how the fans see Daniel Bryan. It's a bit like, I was like, what are you doing? This is just like some kid that's just learned how to use Premiere Pro CC, which is a video editing tool. But anyway, this is great. I hope they have a match at SummerSlam. That match will blow the roof off, and we've been waiting for this since Talking Smack in what, 2016? It's a food 2 years in the making. We should all just smile and feel good about it. And then it was the main event between Charlotte and Carmella, and if the former won, that SummerSlam women's title match was becoming a triple threat. getting up. Now, there are certain things that we could pick up on, but we're not, because one, WWE finally took the women and allowed them to be in an ongoing entire show storyline. I ask for that every week. And two, this was just a really solid match. Charlotte won, clean by the way, which is interesting. She made Carmella tap out to the figure eight, so that's twice now. In 2 weeks, the champ has gone, I can't handle it. But yeah, SummerSlam Women's title match on SmackDown, it's a triple threat. And I think we can have an interesting build to that pay-per-view now, although I still hope that Becky Lynch wins. It's her time. I don't know, something inside of me just says, yes, I would like Becky to take the W, but now we've got a few weeks to let it grow, and we can wait and see. So surprise, surprise, it was another good episode of SmackDown. Nothing major here, but it ticked along nicely. Those 2 hours fly by, as they always do. And by the end of it, I was like, you know what? I like wrestling, and sometimes I think we over-complain about WWE. Just nice, just nice, just nice. I started off by saying nice, and finishing by saying nice. You're nice, maybe I'm nice, maybe this guy over here is nice. No one over there. It's the beauty of this screen. I can point and just say there's things there. Half the time they're not. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's episode of SmackDown. Like, share and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com. Read yourself some articles, even about SmackDown. Follow WhatCulture on Twitter. And WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon from WhatCulture, and thank you as always for joining me for Ups and Downs. And I love it. I love it. I get to watch through Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views and just hurl my opinions out there. So why not share it? Why not spread the love? Either way, see you soon.